We live in a cycle, be it your daily lives of going to work, waiting for that yearly game from EA, or well, something like this. Each year we're drenched with fancy new buzzwords and persuaded how these beautiful little computers can improve our very existence. So welcome to another year. What do you really need from a phone these days, and does it have to be a flagship?
The thing I probably look for the most is a good camera. So I'm a designer, and pretty much everything I see all day, every day, I will be taking a photo of it.
So I just want it to look good, be able to make phone calls and take great pictures.
The thing I want most from a smartphone is something that's easy to use, something that's not too complicated, but something that lets me customize it at the same time.
Are specs important?
Nowadays, and it's great, specs are becoming more and more irrelevant.
Like, I had a girlfriend back in the day in America, and speaking to her was always a little bit difficult, expensive, and it would have been nice to be able to phone her and actually see her and talk to her on the phone. And that's one of the main things I like about phones these days.
What's so amazing is that billions of people are now carrying around essentially a small piece of glass in their pocket, and it's 1,000 tools all in one.
This year, the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge could be considered the best phones ever made. Now, this may surprise you or it may not. Every phone tends to have its could do better moments, and for the first time in a long time, this is objectively the best phone you can buy right now. Now, you may be thinking why? Well, with the S7, we have refinements all over the place. There's a new and improved camera with a brand new sensor which, despite its lower megapixel count, produces better images, which is capable of performing markedly better in low light. Now, let's not forget the brilliant new autofocus system, and for those that want deeper control, you can have a pro mode with the ability to capture a raw image. It's just awesome for a smartphone camera. If not the camera, then the next most important thing that will ultimately make or break the experience is battery life. The S6 here failed in multiple ways, and Samsung tried to heal the wound by releasing the Edge Plus and Active, which was great for new users, but for those that just bought the S6, surely spending more money wasn't the answer. Well, with the S7, you're in safe hands. Finally, we can get that experience we've always wanted. I mean, what's the point of buying an amazing device only for it to last halfway throughout the day? Battery packs or no battery packs? Now, subjectively, is this the best smartphone? Well, maybe not. What do you exactly need from a phone these days, and is a high-ticket phone unique in what it can offer? Well, we're currently in the midst of a budget revolution where phones that cost 1/6 of the price can offer a great experience, or even buying second-hand. But hey, there's absolutely no denying that premium phones like these are objects of status, desire, and more things that we just really can't quantify. And this is seen with the software too. The S7 still contains the ill-fated TouchWiz, but Samsung finally seems to be learning and actually being fairly confident with their choices. Perhaps that's why we're seeing some of TouchWiz's best features being implemented in the next version of Android. And you know, our daily experience is dictated and based around the software, and I can't say I'm entirely convinced, but hey, at least you can theme it and replace the launcher whilst retaining some of the best features that TouchWiz has to offer. So what do we have? We have a breathtaking screen and once tweaked some lovely colors. There's a new and incredibly impressive IP68 rating, which doesn't only mean you can get it wet, but releases you to be more free with your phone and how you use it. And finally, there's the camera. I've had a ton of people ask me, hey Ash, what phone has a good camera? But most of the time, they still just end up buying an iPhone. Why? Because Apple do something right. They make it easy to understand with no gimmicks. So what you need to know is that if you want quick access to the camera that takes great instantaneous pictures, this is what you should get. There are some great smartphone cameras out there like the 6P, the Z5, and here we have something special that works flawlessly. If you take away all of the specs, you're left with a beautiful feeling and looking phone. And if you don't like the all glass back, then you can skin it like this. This one is from D brand. It's fast, powerful, takes insane pictures, has the IP rating and battery life to make it all last. Whilst the software doesn't really compare to stock Android, it is genuinely easy to use and comes with some useful features. Finally, if you're into audio, then the elusive perfect phone, this is not. At the end of the day, if you want a great experience, then fortunately you don't need to spend lots of money to do so. But if you want the best of the best, then the Samsung Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge definitely fits that bill. Guys, if this is where we are now, I can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you so much, take it easy, and I'll see you soon.
Niggas like chill, but you do it for the promo. But I'm a proto and I keep it on the low.
I got the first iPhone on its UK launch date, and it was the same week as my first date with my now wife. And it was before you took your phone out when someone walked away from you in the bar or when you were at the bus stop. There was no reason to, particularly. So I was desperate to get the phone out and talk about it, and eventually she went to the bar to get some drinks, and I took the phone out and I sat there, and she came back to the table, and at first I thought she maybe didn't even know what it was, and then she suddenly looked and said, "Is that the iPhone?" And we spent the next 20 minutes poring over it and swiping around on the Guardian's website, and well, now we've got 2 kids.
Like to see a nigga try to run up on me.